5 bodyweight exercises that build more muscle than weights. Let me guess. You've got that one friend who walks into the gym, loads every plate in sight, screams through half a rep, then acts like he just unlocked superhero genetics. Meanwhile, his shoulders still look narrow, his chest is flat, and his knees sound like bubble wrap. Now here's the part nobody wants to admit. Some of the strongest looking physiques are built by people who barely touch heavy weights at all. Why? Because muscle growth is not about impressing the gym. It is about creating tension your muscles cannot ignore. And today, I'm showing you 5 bodyweight exercises that can build more real muscle than most people get from lifting weights for years. Not because they are easier, but because they expose every weakness you have. Now, before we get into the exercises, let us kill the biggest myth in fitness right now. The idea that bodyweight training is somehow less serious than lifting weights. That mindset is exactly why so many people train for years and still move like furniture. Big numbers on paper, terrible control in real life, because here is the reality. Your muscles do not care whether resistance comes from a barbell, a machine, or your own body weight. Muscle growth happens when your body experiences enough mechanical tension, enough challenge, and enough progressive overload to force adaptation. That is basic exercise physiology. And honestly, bodyweight training can create insane levels of tension when movements are done correctly. The problem is, most people turn every exercise into cardio. Fast reps, zero control, half range of motion. Then they blame the exercise instead of their terrible execution. The guy who explained this to me said something hilarious. He said, most people are not training muscles. They are just speedrunning bad form. And honestly, he was right. The first exercise he showed me was pull-ups. Now this is where a lot of egos die immediately, because suddenly there is no machine helping you, no bench supporting you, no fake leverage tricks. It is just you versus your own body weight, and your body tells the truth real fast. Pull-ups are one of the most effective upper body builders ever, because they force multiple muscle groups to work together under high tension. Lats, biceps, rear delts, forearms, traps, core. Everything gets involved. Biomechanically, the movement is brutal in the best possible way. Your lats are responsible for shoulder adduction and extension, meaning they work hardest when you pull your elbows down instead of yanking yourself upward with your arms. That tiny adjustment changes the entire movement. And this is where most people mess up. They treat pull-ups like a survival challenge. Swinging everywhere, neck reaching over the bar, kicking legs like they are drowning in water. That is not strength, that is panic. The guy told me the moment he stopped chasing rep counts and started focusing on controlled tension, his back completely changed. Full stretch at the bottom, chest toward the bar, slow lowering phase. Suddenly his lats actually had to work instead of momentum doing everything. And modern hypertrophy research backs this up perfectly. Studies show that controlled eccentrics and full range of motion can significantly improve muscle stimulus because muscles experience more tension in lengthened positions. In simple words, slowing down the lowering phase makes your muscles work harder. That is why advanced calisthenics athletes develop those ridiculous cobra backs without living on cable machines all day. Then came the second exercise, dips. Honestly, dips are probably the fastest way to expose fake gym strength. You will see guys bench pressing huge numbers, acting untouchable. Then they get on dip bars and suddenly start shaking like a shopping cart with one broken wheel. That tells you everything you need to know. Dips are powerful because they force your chest, shoulders, and triceps to stabilize and produce force simultaneously. Unlike many machine exercises where the path is fixed for you, dips demand real control. Your body has to coordinate everything together, and when done properly, the tension is insane. Again, most people butcher the movement. Tiny half reps, shoulders collapsing inward, elbows flaring everywhere. Then they wonder why their shoulders hurt. The guy explained that leaning slightly forward during dips shifts more tension onto the chest while keeping the movement controlled. Staying completely upright turns it into mostly a tricep movement. Small detail, massive difference. And this is where bodyweight exercises become dangerous in a good way. There is nowhere to hide weaknesses. Machines can stabilize things for you. Momentum can fake heavy lifts, but bodyweight training exposes instability immediately. Yay. That is why even experienced lifters sometimes struggle with basic calisthenics movements. Relative strength and body control are completely different skills from simply moving external load. And honestly, this is also why bodyweight athletes often look incredibly athletic. Their muscles are trained through coordinated movement patterns, not isolated machine paths all day. Then we got to push-ups. And this is probably the most disrespected exercise in existence. People treat push-ups like punishment from school PE classes. Fast, sloppy reps, half movement, zero tension. Then they say push-ups do not build muscle. No, your terrible push-ups do not build muscle. A properly executed push-up is actually an incredible compound movement. Chest, shoulders, triceps, core, serratus anterior, even glutes all contribute to stabilization and force production. 3. You are basically performing a moving plank while pressing your body through space. That is not easy when done correctly. The guy told me most people completely underestimate how difficult push-ups become once you remove momentum and ego. Slow eccentric, pause at the bottom, full lockout, controlled breathing. Suddenly 8 reps feel harder than 20 sloppy ones. And scientifically, that makes perfect sense. Research using electromyography has shown that certain push-up variations can produce chest and tricep activation levels surprisingly close to bench press variations when intensity is high enough, especially when leverage changes are introduced. Feet elevated push-ups, deficit push-ups, ring push-ups, pseudo-planche push-ups. Suddenly your body weight becomes brutally heavy. And here is something most people never realize. Instability itself increases muscular demand. When exercises are performed on rings or unstable surfaces, your stabilizer muscles are forced to activate harder to maintain control. That means more total muscular recruitment instead of just moving weight along a fixed machine track. I laughed and said, machines teach you how to move weight. Bodyweight training teaches you how to move yourself. And honestly, that line stayed in my head for weeks, because once you think about it, real athleticism is not just strength. It is strength plus control. That combination changes everything. Then he showed me the exercise most people avoid like it owes them money. Bulgarian split squats. And wow, this movement destroys your ego instantly. The second all your weight shifts onto one leg, every imbalance in your body suddenly gets exposed. Weak stabilizers, poor mobility, lack of coordination, everything becomes obvious immediately. That is why athletes love unilateral training. It forces your body to work honestly. No dominant side secretly carrying the movement. No hiding behind momentum. Bulgarian split squats heavily target the quads, glutes, hamstrings, and stabilizers around the knee and hip. Because one leg handles most of the load, muscular demand increases dramatically even without external weight. And honestly, the burn from these things feels personal. The guy explained that single leg work also improves balance, joint stability, and movement efficiency in ways bilateral exercises sometimes miss, and sports science supports this too. Unilateral exercises can improve neuromuscular coordination and reduce asymmetry between sides, which may help both athletic performance and injury prevention. In simpler words, your body becomes stronger and smarter at the same time, which honestly sounds like a pretty good deal. And then he showed me the final exercise. Honestly, this one looked way too simple at first. No fancy setup, no impressive movement, no gym bro drama, just a glute bridge. And I remember thinking there is no way this belongs in the same conversation as pull-ups and dips. Then I actually tried it properly. Wow, turns out most people's glutes are so weak and inactive from sitting all day that the second you isolate them correctly, your body starts shaking like it just got exposed for lying on a resume. The guy explained something that instantly made sense. He said, your glutes are supposed to be one of the strongest muscle groups in your body. If they are weak, your entire system starts compensating, and honestly, modern biomechanics agrees with that completely. Your glute muscles play a major role in hip extension, pelvic stability, posture, sprinting, jumping, lifting, and overall lower body power production. When they are weak or underactive, the lower back and knees often absorb stress they were never designed to handle alone. That is why so many people constantly complain about lower back pain while completely ignoring glute strength. The glute bridge fixes that by teaching your hips to produce force correctly again. But just like every other bodyweight movement, execution matters. The guy told me most people rush the movement and turn it into random hip flailing. Instead, he focused on driving through the heels, squeezing hard at the top, controlling the lowering phase, and keeping the ribs stable. Suddenly the glutes actually had to work. And this is where things get interesting from a muscle building perspective, because bodyweight exercises often force muscles to stabilize while producing force simultaneously. That combination creates deep muscular recruitment patterns that many isolated machine exercises simply cannot replicate the same way. Your body is not operating like disconnected parts anymore. It is functioning like an integrated system, and honestly, that changes how your physique develops too. This is why advanced calisthenics athletes often look athletic instead of just big. Their musculature develops with movement efficiency, coordination, and tension control built into it. Now here is where the conversation completely shifted my understanding of muscle growth. The guy said, most people think muscle is built by lifting heavy things, but muscle is actually built by forcing your body to solve difficult movement problems repeatedly. And honestly, that explains bodyweight training perfectly. Because every exercise becomes a coordination challenge. Your stabilizers activate, your joints learn control, your nervous system improves movement efficiency, your muscles work together instead of independently. That is why bodyweight training often carries over incredibly well into athletics, mobility, and real-world movement. And no, this does not mean weights are useless, not even close. Weights are phenomenal tools for strength and hypertrophy when used properly. But the idea that bodyweight training is somehow inferior? That is just ignorance, especially when you look at the science behind muscle adaptation. Mechanical tension is the primary driver of hypertrophy, not barbells specifically, not dumbbells specifically. Tension. If your muscles are challenged close to failure with sufficient intensity and progression, growth can happen. That is basic physiology. The issue is, most people never progress bodyweight exercises intelligently. They do the same easy push-ups forever, the same lazy squats, the same half-rep pull-ups, then they claim bodyweight training stopped working. No, you stopped progressing. The guy explained progression in the simplest way possible. He said, your muscles adapt to comfort very quickly. Your job is to remove comfort. And honestly, that might be one of the best fitness explanations I have ever heard. Because progression is not just adding weight, you can increase difficulty by slowing tempo, increasing range of motion, adding pauses, changing leverager, educing, rest time increasing, instability improving, troll increasing, total volume. Suddenly bodyweight training becomes infinitely harder without touching a single dumbbell. Take push-ups for example. A normal fast push-up might feel easy, but try this 3-second lowering phase 1 second pause at the bottom explosive press upward perfect form chest touching depth. Now suddenly your chest feels like it is negotiating for peace. That is real tension, and tension changes everything. Then we talked about one of the biggest advantages of bodyweight training nobody mentions enough, joint health. Heavy lifting is not dangerous by itself. Bad lifting with poor recovery is dangerous. Why? But bodyweight training naturally teaches better movement awareness because your joints have to stabilize dynamically instead of relying on machines to guide you through fixed patterns. Research in sports medicine consistently shows that controlled resistance training improves tendon health, joint stability, and neuromuscular coordination when performed correctly. And bodyweight movements are excellent at reinforcing those qualities because they demand active control throughout the exercise. That is why many people who switch to smarter bodyweight training notice something unexpected. Their body starts feeling better. Less shoulder irritation, less lower back tightness, better posture, better mobility. better movement quality overall, because now they are training the body as a complete system instead of isolating random muscles while ignoring movement quality completely. The guy also explained why bodyweight athletes often develop incredible physiques without looking bloated or stiff, because bodyweight training naturally rewards strength to weight ratio. In simpler words, extra useless body fat becomes a disadvantage. Excess size without usable strength becomes a disadvantage. Your body learns efficiency. That is why calisthenics athletes often look lean, dense, athletic, and proportioned. Their physiques are built around movement performance, not just visual bulk. And honestly, this is where a lot of people finally understand the difference between looking strong and actually being strong, because true strength is not just moving external objects. It is controlling your own body with precision. Now at this point, I asked the guy the obvious question. If bodyweight training is this effective, why do so many people still underestimate it? And his answer was brutal. Because lifting heavy weights looks more impressive to the average person than mastering your own body. And honestly, he was right again. Anyone can throw weight around with terrible mechanics for social media clips. But strict pull-ups, deep controlled dips, clean handstand work, explosive calisthenic strength, that takes genuine body control. You cannot fake it. And here is the craziest part, most people already have everything they need to start building muscle right now. No expensive machines, no complicated setup, no waiting for perfect timing. Just progressive overload consistency, proper recovery controlled movement enough intensity, that is it. Because at the end of the day, your body does not care how fancy your workout looks. It only cares whether you gave it a reason to adapt. So if you are tired of chasing random workouts, tired of depending on machines, or tired of thinking you need some complicated gym setup to transform your physique, maybe it is time to simplify everything. Master your body first, because once you can truly control your own body weight with strength, stability, and precision, you build something far more valuable than just muscle. You build athleticism, you build movement quality, you build durability, you build real strength, and honestly, that lasts way longer than ego lifting ever will. So now I want to know something. Which of these exercises do you think would humble you the fastest? Pull-ups, dips, push-ups, Bulgarian split squats, or glute bridges? Drop it in the comments, and if this video changed the way you think about muscle building, hit like, subscribe, and share it with that one friend who thinks adding more plates automatically means better training. Because sometimes the hardest weight you will ever lift is your own body.